Yo, where we at? Where we at, Hood?
Plymouth, motherfucker. Yo, we're in Plymouth right now. I'm saying, what's this, like the 6th, 7th day of the tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're doing our thing. It's ukteam. We're gonna keep you up to date with the diary. You know what it is. I'm here with my boy lyrican, dj.neckle. Let's make it happen. Come on. Lyrican mixtape. Just imagine.
My imagination can take me anywhere I wanna be. When I'm stressed out, or I'm bored, I just imagine. Yeah.
If you could just imagine, if you could just imagine, if you could just imagine to make it happen. If you could just imagine, if you could just imagine, if you could just imagine to make it happen.
Imagine if I never picked up a pen and wrote a 16. Gotta watch my pronunciation cause I'm a bit lean. Liquor in my system, puffing the blunt of that sick green. Sat back caressing the thighs of a tick team. Imagine if I never had a spliff. Imagine if I was old school and I had a quiff. Imagine if I never got drunk on a Friday. But I'm like Frank Sinatra, I'm doing it my way. Imagine if I never had the guts to rap. I'd probably be a pimp looking for some sluts to slap. But I have got the guts to rap. That's why all these groupies wanna suck my sack. Imagine if my father wore a condom that night. I wouldn't be here, I'd be in a condom, that's right. I would've spent my whole life in a Durex. Instead I'm in this hotel room with four skets. Just imagine.
If you could just imagine.
You could just imagine.
If you could just imagine to make it happen.
Yeah.
If you could just imagine.
You could just imagine.
If you could just imagine.
You could just imagine.
If you could just imagine to make it happen.
Hey.
Yo, imagine if there was no beat and no voice. Can you imagine? Imagine if there was no freedom and no choice. Imagine if there was no schools and no college. A world filled with old fools with no knowledge. Imagine there was never a Biggie a pack. Imagine me never considering rock. I'd probably be still in my gas with less than a quid on the gas. Running back and forth with a kettle filling the bath. You niggas can laugh. You ain't ever had it rough. Never had enough looking to bally up. Sit and watch you tally up. Contemplating taking all your takings. I ain't making what you're making. I'm just scrimping in the scrape. Smashing your face in for a ration of bacon. I'm looking to grab your plate. I've had it with weight. Imagine that my dad is Jamaican. Descending from the African nations. Would I carry the hatred of my skin tone? Imagine your colour was as relevant as your ringtone. And you see me as skin and bones. I sit at home. Allow my imagination to run free. If I can see it, then it can be it. And if you could just imagine, if you could just imagine,
You could just imagine.
if you could just imagine to make it happen.
Yeah.
If you could just imagine,
You could just imagine.
if you could just imagine, yeah. If you could just imagine to make it happen. If you could just imagine, close your eyes and visualize your goals and you can make them happen. If you could just imagine, if you could just imagine, if you let your imagination run free, and you can be whatever you want to be. We're living proof of what you can achieve if you believe in yourself and what you wanna be. Anything your mind can dream. If you could just imagine.
You could just imagine. Yeah. You could just imagine.
If you could just imagine.
Yo. Listen. Imagine if I died tonight. I wonder who would cry tonight. I don't know. Who missed me? Who dissed me? It's a mystery. I don't know. Imagine if I blew up and made a mill. I wouldn't have to rob the corner shop and raid the till. I wouldn't have to run out the restaurant after I've ate my food. I'd be like, wait, chill, I'll pay the bill. Imagine if I grew up in the Middle East and I was an Iraqi boy who's never even seen or had a toy. And a piece of shrapnel destroyed my hand, watching Americans destroy my land. Imagine if I only imagined, I never would've wrote these bars, just imagined it. But I don't only imagine, I make shit happen. Great shit happen, imagine that.
You could just imagine. If you could just imagine. If you could just imagine to make it happen. If you could just imagine. If you could just imagine. Yeah. If you could just imagine, make it